Alrighty, let's start the conversations by diving into the trivia question of the week. I want to know from you, how many African teams progressed to the round of 16 when it comes to the FIFA Women's Under-20 World Cup that is currently ongoing out in Colombia? Make sure that you send through your answers. Use the hashtag, the only one that matters. It's hashtag Fut-Afrique, and at the end of the show, we will get you out of your misery and Jessica will answer that question for you. Mifala, you know, I like myself a good conversation, and we're going to get into it because the Betway Premiership officially kicks off within South Africa this weekend. It's a new dawn, a new era, Brian, and I'm excited about it. It's black and white.
See.
That just says which team I support. It's black and white. I'm in black and white.
But I say better be yellow is there as well.
I mean, no, that's the badge that my team is supposed to have. That's the badge that my team is supposed to have. Yes.
Okay.
Which this year, they'll probably have a calf star. So, yeah, I'm speaking it into existence.
Batum.
Yes. How are you?
We are there.
We're there.
I'm good. I can't complain at all. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, it's been a while. You know, we all know that the league usually kicks off in August.
Yeah.
But because of they always say when Makotia feet, when Pride arrives, you need to all wait.
Yes.
And all protocol has been observed. Now we can start really going and getting to the business side of things. Very interesting. We only have 4 matches this weekend, by the way, because 4 other teams are involved in CAF competition. Remember the Sundowns, Toronto Pirates in a CAF Champions League. We also have Stellenbosch FC as well as Sukun United. They're playing in a CAF Confederations Cup in a second prelim round. So imagine if they all win.
Oh.
South Africa might have 4 teams in the group stages of the respective interclub competitions. But having said that, it all started this weekend, as you mentioned, and very interesting. The derby was supposed to start the season. That
would have been epic, actually.
You know, but because of the CAF Champions League, Super Sports Sunday, they said, you'll go during the week, that you'll be able to play your match. But the first game that kicks off the season, Royal AM.
Yeah. Royal AM, a team that bought status, a bit of controversy in the most recent seasons. Let's talk about what you think that the idea or the plan is with that team. Obviously, when you look at a season, you look at the 16 teams, and you know that these are contenders. These are maybe relegation, but get top 8. Tell me about the story about Royal AM.
Got to talk about Royal AM, I mean, you know, the problem started when they were unable to sign players. You know, if you talk about their history, when they're still Bloemfontein said before they sold their status, they were a team that literally cost Chiefs the league. Yeah. People talk about the Baroka draw, but I still believe that had Chiefs won that game against the Bloemfontein Celtic then, Mutibang Sera caused all sort of problems that year. It became a serious enemy of the state that particular time. So they are playing their first game against Cape Town City. Cape Town City, remember, they finished 5th last season, and they were in empty and 8. They lost against the Buccaneers. You know, after a very good performance in the first 2 matches, they eventually lost that game. So this is going to be a very interesting game between the 2 teams.
Magesi FC, they're the newcomers in the league. What's going to determine a successful season for them? But also, what would be an Achilles for them?
When you look at Polokwane City, they came in as a new team last season. Returning into the Premier Division.
They did quite well.
So Magesi upcoming to the Premier Division for the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if they can keep their status, that's first thing for me.
Okay.
If they can get into the top 8, that's a bonus. When I'm looking at the way they are, where they are coming from, you know. When you talk about their first game, Magesi FC, they are playing their first game against Sukun United, who are playing in a CAF Confederations Cup. So it's not going to be a very easy game. And they're also coming from the Limpopo province. You know, that might be an advantage, but also they always tell you that playing matches is the best thing. Yeah. You know, they haven't played a match. Sukun enough played also in the MTN 8. They want to play in the CAF Confederations Cup before they play Magesi. Might they be tired when they come back? That's the big question. Also, will they come in and also having worked on all the problems they have ahead of that encounter?
With the changes within the coaching staff, even before the season starts, Sukun United, Richards Bay, we also have Marumo Gallants, you can throw them in there. Let me know as to how this psychologically can have an effect as to how they perform within the league.
I'll start with Richards Bay FC. If you remember Richards Bay FC, they had Vilagazi as the main coach. After the season ended, there was an issue around the contract issue. Then he played after the playoffs. It was an issue about the contract he signed. That was not a contract, it was only a proposal. It was an offer letter and blah, blah, blah. So he eventually walked away. They bring in Brendan Truter, who was in charge of the team previously. So he knows some of the players that are part of the team at the moment. So he knows them very well. Now, let's talk about a team like, you mentioned that a team, as Sukun United, for example. They too had their own problems. You know, they had Ibala coming in as a new coach, eventually to get rid of him. Lehlono Losiyama comes in. Lehlono understands the players, he knows the team very well. Marumo Gallants, that for me is an interesting story. They started off, they had Den Malesela. You know, in fact, they moved in, they had Dylan Kerr as the man taking over. Then eventually Dylan
He probably also got oh no, he gets the tattoos when he wins the title.
Yes, when he actually saves the team.
Oh, okay.
So he therefore cannot agree with them. They want to do a co-coaching. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. He decides he leaves. They bring in a man who was in charge of the team way back. Then Malesela comes back into the fray. Their first game is against Kaizer Chiefs.
Where?
I think they'll fancy their chances. They're the home team. They're going to take on Kaizer Chiefs. I think they'll fancy their chance against the Manamakosi team. They're still trying to find their footing because Chiefs have a new coach.
Yeah.
Nabi's first official match.
What are the expectations for Chiefs?
I think the coach said it clearly. Let's have patience. We're not going to win anything at the moment. Let's just try and build a team.
Finally, I want to talk about the Betway Premiership the whole show. But finally, who do you think is going to be the dark horse? We know Polokwane City did it last season.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the dark horse this season?
Stellenbosch FC.
Ooh. 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 Come the 5th of October, we will actually see if they will be the dark horses or not. That's the conversation about the Betway Premiership. It all kickstarts today, but not all the matches. It also runs through until tomorrow. Make sure that you go nowhere. When we come back, we talk about the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers because some countries have already started taking out their calculators. Let's not make sure.